Darrell, I had a nice time, but I think we ought to wait on the kiss.
Sure.
Eddie Murphy, that's all I ever hear.
Daddy!
Mary!
Lester?
Sorry.
Yeah, actually, I haven't practiced yet. We just had been when I finished law school.
Let's keep it real. Can you even talk about Hollywood legends without Regina King instantly coming to mind? From her early days stealing every scene she touched to the confident, unshakable way she commands any room, Regina doesn't just walk in, she owns it. There's something magnetic about her presence that just screams pure greatness. But here's the twist. Behind that grace, the trophies, and all those standing ovations, Regina's story isn't just glitz and gold. Have you ever stopped to wonder if even she has faced some heavy storms? Because trust me, it hasn't all been champagne and flashing lights. From a painful divorce that had her rebuilding her world piece by piece, to that heartbreaking Valentine's Day that changed everything, and then the unimaginable loss of her only child, Regina's life has seen both the spotlight and the shadows. So let's dig into the real journey of Regina King, the woman with 4 Emmys, 1 Oscar, and a story that proves even icons have scars. There's no doubt about it. Regina King didn't just make it in Hollywood, she dominated it. This woman proved herself over and over again, lighting up every stage, every screen, and every scene she touched. But before we get into all the major wins and blockbuster roles that made her a legend, let's spin it back to where it all began. Regina Renee King entered the world on January 15, 1971, under the sunny skies of Los Angeles, California. And from the jump, destiny already had her name written in gold. Still, her childhood wasn't exactly the fairy tale setup people might imagine. Yeah, the talent was undeniable. This girl had that spark before she even knew what acting truly was. But behind closed doors, life wasn't picture perfect. Things at home were complicated, and Regina had to grow up fast. Then, boom. In 1985, at just 16 years old, she snagged her first major break on the hit show 227. Regina King brought Brenda Jenkins to life, and that role didn't just open doors, it blew them off the hinges. Practically overnight, she went from a regular teen to America's newest sweetheart, stealing hearts on every TV screen. And let's be real, Regina wasn't just stacking up fame, she was stacking up cash too. This young star was shining and securing the bag big time. Get this. She earned so much that by her sweet 16, she bought herself her very own car. Every teen's dream, right? But here's the twist no one saw coming. Her mom, Gloria, ended up crashing it. Sounds wild, but before anyone side-eyes Gloria, let's give this woman her flowers because she was a real-life supermom.
Received that with grace. I was making a decision that I wouldn't be able to look in the mirror.
Gloria was the backbone of that family, raising Regina and her sister Raina all by herself after splitting from their dad in 1987. And let's just say, Regina's father wasn't winning any Dad of the Year awards. He was more of a ghost mode kind of parent, gone for months, barely around. But Gloria, she held it down. She made sure her daughters knew their worth, taught them to dream bigger than anyone expected, and reminded them that no matter what, they could achieve anything they set their minds to. Gloria didn't just raise Regina, she molded her into a powerhouse. She taught her how to move smart in Hollywood, how to stay grounded when fame hit hard, and how to handle her money like a boss. That's not just parenting, that's straight-up queen-level guidance. But even with all those lessons, no one, not even Supermom Gloria, could prepare Regina for the chaos that comes with Hollywood life. Because let's be real, everyone in that world faces a little mess sooner or later. After 227, Regina's star didn't just rise, it blew up. She was everywhere, dropping hit after hit. Boys in the Hood, Poetic Justice, Friday, Jerry Maguire, and each role had her shining even brighter than the last. But wait for it. Regina wasn't content just being in front of the camera anymore. She was ready to flip the whole script. Soon, she started moving behind the scenes, stepping into directing and producing like it was second nature. She wasn't just part of the game anymore, she was running it. While Regina's career was skyrocketing and she was collecting awards like they were limited edition trophies, the real drama was brewing off camera. Behind all that Hollywood shine, her personal life was spinning into its own soap opera. And where better to start than with her wild ride of a love life? Back in 1995, Regina started dating Ian Alexander Sr., the VP of Quest Records, and things got serious fast. By January 19, 1996, they welcomed their baby boy, Ian Alexander Jr., into the world. And let me tell you, Regina was absolutely head over heels for her little man. That bond between mother and son, unbreakable. But don't worry, we'll get deeper into that love later. Right now, we've got to talk about the romance. Or maybe the drama. In 1997, Regina and Ian Sr. made it official and said, "I do," giving fans hope for that picture-perfect Hollywood love story. But life had other plans, because whispers started flying that Ian Sr. had some dark secrets hiding in the shadows. Rumor had it, he was cheating and battling some serious personal issues that began tearing their marriage apart. Regina tried to hold it together, but the cracks ran deep. By 2006, the marriage was done, and just like in her own childhood, Regina's son found himself growing up with a father who was mostly MIA. It was another painful chapter in her life. But trust, the heartbreak didn't end there. Because fast forward to 2011, and Regina found herself in another headline-making romance, this time with actor Malcolm. And oh, that one brought its own storm too.
This is Lucky, and you already know Chicago.
Regina had known actor Malcolm Jamal Warner for years, so when their friendship turned romantic, she really thought she'd found the one. Everything seemed right. The timing, the chemistry, the connection, it all just clicked. But oh, the twist that came next still stings to hear. Out of nowhere, Malcolm dumped her. And get this, he did it on Valentine's Day. Talk about heartbreak with no warning. And the reason? He told her he just wasn't feeling it anymore. Seriously? Just like that, he tossed their 2-year relationship out like it meant nothing. Regina and her son had to pack up their things and leave his house, the same home they thought would be their safe space. You can imagine how much that crushed her. But being the queen she is, Regina didn't let that break her spirit. She picked herself up, straightened that crown, and kept moving forward like a boss. Because honestly, who needs Malcolm when you're Regina King? But let's be real. Hollywood has never been an easy ride, especially for a black woman trying to rise and stay at the top. Regina faced her share of struggles, critics, and closed doors, yet she never stopped pushing. And while she now stands tall with 4 Emmy Awards and the title of Living Legend, there was a time when she had some very real, very strong opinions about what those shiny awards truly meant. Regina didn't hold back when she called out the Emmys for not giving enough recognition to people of color. She was real about it. For a long time, she didn't even think she'd ever get nominated. But even speaking her truth out loud couldn't dim her unstoppable glow. If anything, it made her shine even brighter. Because let's be honest, who else could challenge Hollywood's system and still rise straight to the top? Now, let's shift gears to the most important part of Regina's world, her unbreakable bond with her only child, Ian. While standing on stage accepting one of her many awards, Regina once said that being Ian's mom was her greatest achievement, and she meant it with every piece of her heart. Even with her packed Hollywood schedule, Regina made sure motherhood came first. She turned down jobs outside of Los Angeles just so she could be there for Ian. Every school day, every game, every milestone. She wasn't just a star on screen, she was a real-life supermom who always put love before fame. Regina once opened up about a deep conversation she had with a close friend, a white mom, where they talked about how differently they had to prepare their sons for the world, especially when it came to what to do if they ever got pulled over by the police. The contrast between their realities was heartbreaking, a painful reminder of how unfair the world can be. But one thing was crystal clear. Regina's love for her son ran deep.
So what do
you stand for?
You want to leave me?
What do you stand for?
So when the devastating news broke on January 21st, 2022, that her son Ian had passed away at just 26, it felt like the world stopped spinning for Regina. Ian, a talented musician and DJ, had been open about his struggles with mental health. Through it all, Regina was his biggest supporter, standing by him like the true mama bear she was, always protecting, always loving, and always cheering him on. Let's be real. Losing a child is a pain no parent should ever have to face. And for Regina, losing Ian, the person who meant everything to her, was a heartbreak beyond words. For a while, nobody knew if she'd ever find the strength to step back into the spotlight again. The loss was so deep, so personal, that even her fans could feel her silence. But somehow, in the middle of all that grief, Regina found a way to keep going. Piece by piece, she started rebuilding her world, proving once again just how powerful her spirit truly is. So, what's Regina been up to in 2024, 2 years after that unimaginable loss? Well, she's showing us all what resilience looks like. She's finding her balance, her purpose, and her spark again. In classic Regina King fashion, she's throwing herself back into the work she loves, this time with a powerful new project called Shirley. Teaming up with her sister Raina, Regina is bringing to life the incredible story of Shirley Chisholm, the trailblazing politician who made history as the first Black woman elected to the U.S. Congress. After everything she's endured, watching Regina channel her pain into purpose is nothing short of breathtaking. She's turning heartbreak into art, and once again, proving why her strength is just as legendary as her talent. Right now, Regina King is sitting on a solid net worth of about $16 million. Not bad at all, right? But let's be honest, her true value could never be measured in dollars. Regina's impact goes way beyond money. She's a force, a role model, a trailblazer, and a total Hollywood icon. From her early days as Sweet Brenda on 227 to her powerhouse Oscar-winning performances, Regina has proven time and time again that she's the kind of woman who commands respect and never backs down. She's Hollywood's take-no-nonsense queen, and she wears that crown with pride. But what makes her truly unforgettable isn't just her acting talent, it's her story. Regina King's life isn't your average Hollywood drama filled with gossip and glitter. It's a story of raw perseverance, unshakable strength, and pure grit. Despite every heartbreak, every loss, and every challenge thrown her way, Regina keeps rising, shining, and setting the bar even higher. And honestly, if her past is any clue, this queen is nowhere near done. The best chapters of her story are still being written, and you know they're going to be legendary. So if you're inspired by Regina's journey and want to keep up with more incredible stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment below. Let's keep celebrating the unstoppable spirit of Regina King.